Hey friend, Henry Flowers here. Just a few thoughts about what's going on in Texas. Everybody's hollering about the cop and whether or not he should have pulled a gun, and is it racist, and is this white people's neighborhood, and talking a whole bunch of stuff about the kids and what he did to the little girl and all this kind of stuff. Listen, here are my thoughts, and I haven't heard anybody talk about this, but I'm just going to say it. Listen, we are missing a huge problem in this whole scenario. Listen, here's my question. Where were the parents? Where were the parents for all of these kids, whether they were a mob or whether they weren't, whether people want to start calling them thugs and all kind of stuff? Listen, these were teenage kids. Where were the parents? They're supposed to be watching their kids. And last time I checked, somebody who's a teenager in that age group, they're not supposed to be out on their own like that. And sure, you can let your kids go out and have fun, no problem. But listen, there's too many of us on too many times. We let our kids run out and do whatever the heck they want to do. Because I told you about my book, and one of the main reasons that I got started in foolishness was because of this one simple reason that is exactly the problem in Texas. Listen, I believe many of our young people don't get involved in sexual immorality, gang violence, juvenile delinquent criminal behavior. They didn't get involved in that kind of stuff because they're looking for trouble. Many of our young people get involved in that foolishness because they are simply looking for something to do. They got too much unsupervised idle time, which is the problem. They sit around with too much stuff to do, with nothing else to do. So they're bored to death. That's what the title of my book is, Bored to Death. And when you grab the book, you have for your child 5 ways to get about the rest of their life. 5 simple strategies to keep themselves out of trouble and to get themselves into the life that they say they want. Where were the parents? You got over 100 teens invited to a pool party where the person who was selling tickets for the pool party, not only did they not have permission to sell tickets, but they didn't even have permission to use the pool. It was a community pool. You had to get permission to use it. I know I got one of those situations in my neighborhood. Where were the parents? All of these teenagers, all of these parents just sending their kids out. See, most of us parents too, we get in trouble behind this because we'd rather have our kids quiet and out of our hair than to have us have the responsibility of watching them, taking care of them, make sure they're doing their chores, their homework. Too many parents trying to be their kid's friend, so they spending so much time at work and you feel guilty, so you just throw your kid a few dollars or throw them a cell phone or give them a car to make them feel like they're grown, but you really trying to quench your own conscience because you know you're supposed to be there for them more. And I'm telling you, this girl sitting on the ground with a police officer, 200-pound plus police officer with his knees in her back. I'm telling you, crying for her mama, talking about call her mama should have been there. Brother, I can't even tell you what would happen if I would have walked on a police officer with his knees on my daughter's back. Oh, I can't even tell you how far and how long I would be in jail right now. Where were the parents? The bottom line is, parents, you were not there. Foolishness like this is going to continue to happen until you make up your mind to be there. Discipline your kids the way they need to be disciplined. These kids got no respect for authority. Nowadays, you ask some of them, walk up and down the street and see, they'll walk by you and won't even speak to you as if you're a human being. They disrespect older people. They disrespect themselves. What the hell you think they're going to do to you? See, parents, you weren't there, and that needs to stop. And that is a problem that many of us are not talking about, and one that we need to talk about more. Parent, you were not there. Booyah!